My biggest downfall in life was literally that I massively underestimated the stupidity of people. I had no idea. It wasn't until you had to have constructive conversation, you had to be critical, critical thinking, complex, conversation and discussion on some. I was always into philosophy, since I got into high school or about that time. Totally embraced it. I was like a super genius. I was like a freshman in high school. I made like grown men look like children. And so, for anyone who doesn't know why I didn't stop in Arizona, anyone who thinks I was wrong or that was crazy, well, be prepared to realize that you are crazy. Go look in the mirror because that is crazy. Okay? And I'll tell you why. You're condemning a heroic, justified, rational act is what you're doing. Now, that's backwards. You're not just wrong, you are backwards. Nobody likes to be straight backwards. Well, go look in the mirror and straighten yourself out. Listen to what I'm saying and straighten yourself out, okay? Because if you had reason to think you were being kidnapped, well, hello, obviously you would make a big thing about it, okay? You're not just gonna get kidnapped and just walk off and nobody knows that you're there. And you're kidnapped for years and they frame you with evidence and nobody gives a shit because you're not on TV and didn't make a press statement. Hello, am I making sense to people that were like unbelievably brainless to think anything other than what I'm saying? Like what crept into your brain to make you think anything other than this? Does that not make blatant, obvious, pragmatic sense to everybody? Okay, yeah, it does. Okay, and I already said it before. The O.J. Simpson case, he lost the civil trial, which meant there was a preponderance of evidence, was essentially probable cause that he was guilty, which it means he's probably guilty, but it can't be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, so he can't be convicted, so he was probably guilty, but he was acquitted, okay? And because he brought so much attention to his trial and got so much media attention with the 60-mile slow-speed police pursuit like mine, okay, he actually got due process of law and he could not be convicted even though he was probably guilty. Now, I'm not probably guilty of anything and I'll tell you why, okay? Oh, yeah, be prepared. I have all the answers. If nobody was smart enough to ask or listen, here it is. That's right, a political film, a very, very powerful political film that basically made the Democrats and all the protesters, hundreds of thousands of protesters, look like they had no fucking idea what they're doing there in the world. They have no idea to protest or to speak about policy. They just had no idea what was going on. Okay, that was the film I made. It was that powerful. It was the most powerful political film perhaps ever made. It was just that pragmatic and genius good. I mean, it was phenomenal. And I won an award from the Los Angeles Film Awards for it. And so that film was taken off my YouTube channel. It was actually deleted, okay? I obviously did not accidentally delete a film from my YouTube channel. Nobody would ever do that. That's never happened. That's ever happened anywhere. It's definitely never happened here. I've never done that before, and it's not easy to just accidentally delete a film. I certainly didn't delete it, okay? So the film was taken down like hours before this happened. Maybe like just right before. I mean, I was on I-10 headed west before I got on the 85 or whatever, and I think that's when I saw it. At some point, I knew it was down, and I mean that's a very big deal. Basically, I got the feeling like I didn't have enough social media. I'm not famous enough, et cetera, et cetera. Nobody knows who you are. Ha, ha, ha. You're a super genius. Nobody knows. We can take down your political film and arrest you and call you crazy. And nobody knows. We'll convince them all you're crazy. And they're crazy, but they don't know it. Ha, ha, ha. And this is what's going on, okay? And so they take down my genius political film that shows I'm more rational than any of these idiots, okay, who arrested me, assaulted me, kidnapped me, and are guilty of very serious offenses. going to be charged under the Civil Rights Act. That's right. Okay, so then I said it on TV. They really didn't expect that. National press statement, that sticks. That's a big deal. Merrick Garland, the Attorney General of the United States, swore to uphold and prosecute the Civil Rights Act when he got in office. That's what he said. And I don't know when the last politician or Attorney General was honorable enough, respectable enough to do that, to be honest. That is what this country needed, absolutely. And that's what he did. And I said it on TV first, but then he said it when he got in office. And I very much, we're all on the same team here. Defend the Constitution in America. That's right. That's great. Fantastic. So the Civil Rights Act has not been enforced like it should. It should be taught in schools. Everybody should know what the Civil Rights Act is. It should be enforced all the time. It should be celebrated. And it's not like it should be. But it is, since the Constitution, it's probably the greatest thing that ever happened, like, to America, or since the Bill of Rights, the Civil Rights Act. That's right. I mean, it's that big of a deal. It's huge. So there's more. The political film was taken down. I found, get this, wait, hey, there's more, a lot more. Whoa, here it is, $1 billion lawsuit. That's right, filed when? The very morning I was kidnapped. Whoa. Now, if that's not a reason to think that you were being kidnapped, I don't know what is, okay? My film's taken down. I just filed a $1 billion lawsuit. Guess what's in that lawsuit, okay? I'm demanding prosecution for capital charges for kidnapping for an illegal arrest, that the charges were reduced and immediately and then dropped. And so anyways, I was demanding that the officers for the arrest be executed under the Civil Rights Act. You can demand that in a court of law. You can prosecute civil cases and get the federal courts to press charges. So anyone could do that. So if that lawsuit prevailed, it's a possibility that somebody could have been prosecuted. Probably wouldn't have been executed, but possibly executed. Or signed a plea bargain if it got to that point. So anyhow, that was all in the lawsuit. Okay, so I obviously had reason, very rational. Very, very rational, very rational reason to think that I was being kidnapped. And the world and the media really wasn't able to figure that out. I definitely expected follow-up meetings after that press statement. I mean, they were just asking all kinds of questions. When I was leaving, they were still asking questions. They went to my house in Los Angeles, my apartment, everything. They were ready to talk, ask me all kinds of questions. I certainly thought they were going to be coming back for more questions after the press statement, like one-on-one interviews, maybe another press statement. Anyways, I thought there was definitely going to be a lot more discussion with the press. I thought there would be evaluation of the law and the policy and Supreme Court law, and they highlight the law. Look what the Supreme Court says right here. Here's the policy right here. Look at that. Now look at the video. Look what they did. Oh, that's not policy. Oh, that's illegal. Look at that. I mean, this is not rocket science, people. America, come on here. So anyways, those were my biggest reasons. That's a very valid reason to think that I'm being kidnapped. Does it make sense to everybody? I don't know how this could possibly make more sense. Wait, then it gets more. Why didn't you stop? Well, obviously because they could plant drugs on you and there's no one around. You don't have any witnesses. You may not have a camera. There's nobody around. And what are you going to do about that? Now you're in shit. Okay. Now you're being framed. Okay. And it's happened before. Of course it's happened before. There's plenty of cases out there. Case law. Find it. Google it. It's out there. Believe me. Okay. So it's happened. I have reason. That's another reason. Rational reason to think that I was about to be kidnapped. So if an officer pulls you over, United States versus Price, 1966, illegally pulled over 3 civil rights activists and executed them. That's right, a sheriff's department did. So if you did pull over, easily, an officer standing next to your car with a gun could easily just kill you, shoot you in the middle of nowhere, and there are no witnesses, and I know that I was driving absolutely perfectly. I was doing the speed limit precisely, okay? So I know it was an illegal stop. If it wasn't an illegal stop, I wouldn't have gone on a slow speed police pursuit because I wouldn't have been completely convinced that I was being kidnapped, but I was.